If you actually understand basic practical math and know a little bit of geometry, you ought to be able to figure this problem out. Okay, so let's take a look at the question. So after making a 2-foot cube from a 4-foot by 8-foot sheet of plywood, how much wood remains? All right, so let's kind of get some basic definitions down here. So a cube, of course, is a three-dimensional figure where all the sides are square, right? And this particular cube is 2 foot. In other words, all the dimensions here will be 2 feet. Now, a sheet of plywood, and of course, plywood is a type of wood. The important thing to know here is that it's sold generally as a rectangle or the shape of a rectangle. So this is a 4-foot by 8-foot rectangle sheet of plywood. All right, so this is an important detail. Now, another very important thing about this problem is to take a very simplistic view of it. So let's not overcomplicate it, because some of you out there may very well be carpenters and know that we would actually need to consider the thickness of the plywood to really construct this cube. But we're going to kind of disregard all that and keep a nice simplistic view of the question. All right, so let's take a look at our answer choices. So A is 2 feet squared, B is 4 feet squared, C is 8 feet squared, and D is 12 feet squared. So the first step to solving any math word problem is to read it more than one time. So I'm going to suggest that you read a problem at least 3 times before you start doing any math. Now, the first time you read a problem, you just kind of get a general sense of what's going on. The second time, make sure you understand the question. And then the third time, go back and look for more details, put it all together, and then come up with a plan. Now, a great thing that you can do to solve any math word problem is to try to come up with a model. Try to visualize it. And in this particular case, it's going to be essential that we understand what a 2-foot cube looks like. All right, so we have this 4-foot by 8-foot sheet of plywood. Now, this is something that you would buy in any hardware store. It's a big piece of plywood like this. And I know a lot of you out there know what I'm talking about because many of you, I'm sure, worked in construction or the trades or just did a lot of home improvement. Okay, so we have this 4-foot by 8-foot sheet of plywood, and we want to build a 2-foot cube from this. So what is a 2-foot cube? Well, a 2-foot cube would look something like this. So all the sides are 2 feet. Okay, so a cube is a three-dimensional object that is built from a square, right? So in other words, the sides are equal or congruent. So here we have 2 feet this way, we have 2 feet this way, and 2 feet this way. The height, length, and width are all 2 feet. So this is what a cube is. So if we wanted to build this thing, well, we're going to have to come up with these sides. Now, what I talked about in the beginning of this video in terms of not overcomplicating the problem is the following. If we were actually going to build this 2-foot cube, we would have to consider the width of the plywood. Okay, so maybe is it a 1/2-inch plywood, or is it, I don't know, maybe 1/4 of an inch, because that would, in fact, come into play, technically speaking, if we were going to really make a 2-foot cube out of plywood. All right, so it could change the mathematics here. So what we're talking about is a nice kind of infinitely skinny 2 feet by 2 feet square, right? 2 foot by 2 foot square. Hopefully I said that right, but I think you get the idea. All right, so let's just kind of take the width of the plywood out of the situation. Okay, so what we need here is this side, this side, this side, this side, this side, this side, and all the sides are 2 feet by 2 feet. So let's take our figure to the next step and imagine it this way. Okay, so here is our 2-foot by 2-foot cube. So how many sides do we have here? Well, we have 6 sides, right? So again, we have the front, the back, the right, the left, okay, and then the top and the bottom, right? So you really got to have to think about this, but we have 6 sides to this cube. All right, so we're going to need 6 sides to build this cube, and each side is going to be 2 feet by 2 feet. So 2 feet, 2 foot by 2 foot here, 2 foot by 2 foot here, 2 foot by 2 foot here, etc., etc. Okay, so we're going to need 6 sides at 2 by 2, and of course the units of measure here are feet. So these are kind of the sides or the pieces that we need to build this 2-foot cube. All right, now let's talk about area, because this is going to be the way we want to kind of express our answer. So the area of these panels, if you will, or these sides, are going to be 4. Okay, so the area of a square is the length times the width, or side times side. So here, a 2-foot by 2-foot square has an area of 4 feet. And because we have 6 of these, our total area needed to build this 2-foot cube is going to be 6 times 4, or 24 square feet. Okay, so that is the amount of material that we need to build this 2-foot square, or this 2-foot cube rather. Okay, so now putting this all together, we got to go back and make sure we understand the problem, and that is namely how much wood is going to be left over after we use this amount of material from our 4 by 8 foot piece of plywood. So to figure out the answer, we need to take a look at this plywood, this 4-foot by 8-foot sheet of plywood. So I probably should have stressed this in the beginning of the problem, but I guess I assumed that most of you know that the shape of this is going to be a rectangle. So when you go to the hardware store in the United States, we have stores like Home Depot or Lowe's. You're going to find this 4-foot by 8-foot sheet of plywood, right? So this is very kind of common dimensions, but the main idea here is that these the shape of a 4-foot by 8-foot piece of plywood is a rectangle. Okay, so these are 90-degree angles, so we can easily find the area of a rectangle, and the area of a rectangle is equal to the length times the width. So the area of a 4-foot by 8-foot sheet of plywood is going to be 8 feet times 4 feet, or 32 feet squared. Now, it's important to notice the unit of measure for area. Okay, so here we have 8 feet. Now, this is just notation for feet, this little apostrophe. But if I had 8 feet here, and I'm multiplying it by 4 feet here, it's going to be 8 times 4, which of course is 32, and feet times feet, which is feet squared. So you can't forget your units of measure when it comes to dimensions like length, area, volume, etc. Okay, so again, the unit of measure for area is feet squared, or units of measured squared. Okay, so this 4-foot by 8-foot sheet of plywood has a total of 32 feet squared. So how much wood is going to be left over after building our 2-foot cube out of this 4-foot by 8-foot sheet of plywood? Well, we're talking about simple arithmetic. Okay, so we need, again, 24 square feet to build our 2-foot cube. And we have 32 square feet to work from, so how much is left over? Well, the answer is going to be 32 minus 24, or 8 square feet. Another way to think about getting the answer is this way. So if this is our sheet of plywood, again, we have 4 feet by 8 feet, we can kind of divide up our sheet of plywood into 2 by 2 squares, right? Because we have nice even numbers here. So we can take this 4 and divide it by half, so we have 2 and 2. And then we can take this 8 and divide it by 4 sections of 2. So that means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 feet by 2 feet squares. So how many of these squares do we need to build our 2-foot cube? Well, we're going to need 6 of them, right? So we'll need this one, this one, this one, this one. That's 4, 5, 6. So how much wood is left over? Well, we have these 2 panels right here, 2 and 2. But remember, we want to think in terms of area. So the area of this panel, or this little square, is 4 feet squared, and this one is also 4 foot squared, so we are left over with a total of 8 foot squared. Okay, so hopefully this was a pretty easy problem, And again, the key to solving any math word problem is to make sure you actually understand the problem and then, of course, visualize it and apply some basic practical math skills to get the answer. Now, one thing that I want to really stress for those of you that are math students, when it comes to math word problems, don't purposely overcomplicate them. Now, in a real life situation, if someone was going to build a 2 foot by 2 foot cube, they would have to, obviously consider the width of the wood, et cetera, et cetera. So we're not talking about that. So in terms of math or word problems, always try to default to the simplest version of the problem. And if you are not sure, raise your hand and ask your teacher if you are facing a question like this on an exam or test. Okay, now if you want to improve in basic mathematics or maybe algebra or geometry, make sure to check out the various courses I have in the description of this video. All right, so those are my most popular courses, and those courses are my Math Foundations course, which is a quick review of basic mathematics, and then I have my Math Skills Rebuilder course, which reviews basic math, algebra, and geometry. And then you'll find courses like pre-algebra, algebra 1, geometry, algebra 2, and pre-calculus. But I have a ton of other courses as well. So to find those courses, just go to tcmathacademy.com. Okay, so with all that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your math adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.